What's going on, guys? This your channel TFD coming back with another video. So it seems like Shaq didn't hold back at all when talking about Caitlin Clark and the impact she's had on the NBA's viewership this season. This one's going to be big, and we're taking it all the way to Indy to unpack it. Let's get into it. Let's go. Looks like Shaq is back in the spotlight, and once again, it's about the WNBA. Now, we all know Shaq hasn't held back his thoughts ever since Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese burst onto the scene. He's made it a point to share his opinions about the league. Remember when he went viral a few months ago for suggesting they should lower the rim? Well, Shaq's done it again. This time going viral for claiming that Caitlin Clark has directly impacted the NBA's viewership. Yep, you heard that right. It's no secret the NBA's ratings are down this season, and Shaq didn't hold back in a recent TMZ interview. He called the NBA boring, said the players are too similar, and even added that women's basketball is more intense and exciting. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark herself added fuel to the fire when she appeared on the New Heights podcast yesterday. She sparked a big debate about NBA viewership, and while she kept things polite, let's be honest, we all know Caitlin's rise has shifted the narrative in basketball. At this rate, it looks like the WNBA is finally getting not just the respect it deserves, but also the recognition and the revenue. Their games are simply more entertaining than the NBA's right now. But don't just take my word for it. Let's roll the footage from Caitlin's podcast and break this down.
You don't need to help with the ratings, but it's been in the news a lot recently that the NBA ratings are down. Mm-hmm. Should we brainstorm a few ideas besides changing the NBA courts to bring back ratings into the NBA? What do you think?
That's a great
You're the
question.
Marketing major. Come on.
I've been asking a lot of people about this and why they think they're down. But also, like, it's interesting because I'm pretty sure opening day was the NBA's best opening day in a while. So it's interesting. Yeah. And obviously, I think
the Cavs are back, baby. The Cavs are rolling right now. You know what I'm saying? It just makes the league better when Cleveland's thriving.
They're really, really good.
Fucking pulled that out of my ass. They are fun to watch right now.
So, well, let's ask this: what are your suspicions potentially as to why the NBA ratings would be down?
Honestly, like, I feel like the average just like basketball fan doesn't understand how good NBA players are, and they think it looks like they're not trying. I promise you they're trying. They're just like so good. Like, that's why it looks like they're not trying. And obviously the physicality of the league has changed a lot. And I wasn't around when it was like much more physical, and maybe people want more like beef and physicality, and people think it's gotten soft. But I think that's also because the skill has just changed. And like, that's what's great about basketball. Like, it's always evolving. Like, it's going to be different than when MJ played. It's going to be different in 10 years than it is now. So it's hard for me to like put my finger on like why it has gone down. And also it's competing against a lot of football right now. You have to take that into consideration. Like, football is just, that's America's favorite thing. I think people should I love 3-point shooting. I love seeing guys just like launch threes, but not everybody loves that. So
that was Caitlin Clark on the New Heights podcast with Travis Kelce and his brother Jason, sharing her thoughts on the NBA ratings. She mentioned an interesting perspective, saying she feels the decline might have something to do with people getting tired of seeing the three-point shot dominate the game. Now, Caitlin made it clear she loves the three, but it's definitely sparking a bigger conversation. And you already know, Shaq couldn't stay quiet on this one. In a recent TMZ interview, he let it all out, calling the NBA lazy and saying players are all playing the same style. Shaq didn't hold back at all, and let's just say he ruffled some feathers with his blunt comments. This debate is heating up, and Shaq's words are already making waves. But don't take my word for it. Roll the footage and see what he had to say.
She's a fabulous player. Caitlin, my girl Angel, definitely brought a lot of publicity to the WNBA, but we can't forget all the other WNBA greats. Asia, Sabrina, Teresi, all the women that's playing great. They're finally getting the credit that they deserve. Play much harder than the men. Play better than the men. That's a beautiful game to watch.
Really?
I stirred some controversy, but it wasn't really controversy. I am a revenue-driven person, and I've said because when you watch women's volleyball, beach volleyball, and men's beach volleyball, the net is lowered. Not a significant amount, but just a little bit. So if you lower the rim a little bit, to where the ladies can dunk, then our games would be similar. It'd make much more money for them, and then they could start getting the salaries that they deserve. Because the salaries they're getting now are just terrible. Like, you got these NIL students going for $6 and $7, $8 million, and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese only making hundreds of thousands. So if they follow my plan and just lower the rim, I'm not saying go from 10 to 9.5, but if you go 19ths of a 17th of an inch to where they can start throwing it down and make the game equal, then they can start sharing in these revenue streams. And the fans have to continue to support them.
Shaq, and I know a lot of people believe that would make the game a lot more exciting. Do you think, was it a flash in the pan last year, or do you think, Shaq, that this interest will continue into this year and beyond? Because like Charles said, I mean, I hear people talking about the WNBA in a way I've never heard it before, like real interest.
I think it'll definitely continue to have 20 to 15 superstars. You focus on, Caitlin and, the top ones, Angel and, all the youngsters. But again, you got Asia, who's the female Shaq, and you got Sabrina, who's the best shooter, who's going up against Steph Curry again in the All-Star game. So, you got a lot of people. It's too many for me to name, but I'm very happy for the women. I'm very proud for them, and I wish them nothing but success.
Hey, you just said something about that the women are playing a better game than the men. I know you had said that.
Harder.
I know you said that about the college game, but you're saying in pros also.
You don't hear women say before the season they're not playing back-to-back games. They play harder than them, and I said it, and I don't care who like it.
Are you disgusted, Shaq, with some of the stuff that's happening with the men in the NBA and missing back-to-backs, stars not playing?
I can't watch it. I ask coaches all the time, why does everyone play the same? I remember the fun of the NBA game was using what you have, creating a style, and trying to stop that style. Now it's dribble handoffs at the top of the key, everybody shooting threes. Like, I saw a guy who was proud about for shooting 30%. I'd have got my ass whooped for bringing anything home at 30%. Now guys are proud of making $200 million shooting 30%. So I just don't understand. It's just very difficult for me to watch. But as I watch the women play, they play hard. They take pride in the game. It's like they have something to prove.
We're diving into this debate surrounding Caitlin Clark and the NBA viewership situation. One thing I can confirm for you is that the numbers are down. It's a fact. But hey, who knows what the future holds for the NBA? Now, shifting gears a bit, we've got a major update coming from Unrivaled. Honestly, I'm starting to get a little concerned with all the latest news dropping out of Miami. So, be ready for some fresh content coming straight out of the Unrivaled pipeline. Oh, and they also leaked the jerseys, so you definitely want to stay locked in for that. Make sure you've got those notifications on so you're up to date as soon as the news drops. And as always, man, until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out, and remember, shake the haters off.